They were saying, good genes lang yan. Sabi nila nagpaayos daw ako. Ano ba yan? Injection ba yan? Pampapayat ba yan? Pampaputi ba yan? Today, I'm here with Dr. Deano, my doctor for peptides. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Deano Reyes. I'm a regenerative medicine doctor specializing in peptide therapy. I know I look pretty young, but if you were gonna go to a anti-aging doctor, you'd wanna go to the one that looks like a kid.
Oh, diba? Period! San kayo? No, but Doc is gonna help us today understand things a little bit better, and so just stick with us through this video. You can skip as much as you want. I'm gonna try and put like timestamps on certain questions so you can see what you need to know. Let's try this again because everybody's still kind of confused. What's the simplest way you can explain peptides?
Peptides. Okay, so the way I usually explain peptides to my patients is they are a short chain of amino acids, so basic building blocks of proteins. So peptides already exist in our bodies, and as we get older, really, our bodies become less efficient, so we make less of the peptides, less than we actually need, and they function as chemical messengers between your cells. So your cells don't really talk to each other, but peptides are the way they communicate. So to be able to get your body to do what we want, we hijack it by using these peptides and make it do certain things that we want. So different peptides do different things. So peptide therapy is also about supplementing what we've lost through with age or stress or any other things that might cause your body to make less of them.
Tinatanong nila, ano ba yan? Iniinom ba, powder ba yan? They have so many questions because we hear peptides thrown out a lot. Like we hear it in lip balms, in facial creams, and ang dami. How do we explain, Doc, what we do in regenerative medicine with Seenergie?
Peptides really have been kind of all over the place, and over the past decade or so, the science of it has just been improving at a very, very exponential, rapid rate. No? So you see peptides almost everywhere, but peptide therapy in particular mostly involves using peptides in a subcutaneous fashion. So that means we inject it like under your skin into your fat, and that will start nga the series of biological effects that we want to do. You do find them in lip balm, you do find them in facial creams and skincare. Those are certain peptides that are able to act on your skin, no? So there are certain peptides like GHK-Cu and mga ganon are useful for the skin, and you just put them topically. But some peptides, you need to use them systemically. So you need to get them into your bloodstream and stuff like that, no? So very different things, very different peptides do very different jobs. I always compare them to lasers. Like you have a specific problem, you want a peptide that does a very specific job to fix that problem.
So kung may RF, may ultrasound, may sound wave, whatever, there are so many different lasers for everything. It's the same with peptides. There are so many different peptides. There's for hair, there's for brain function, there's for skin, collagen, muscles and joints, recovery, etc. I see this question a lot. What's the difference between taking it orally and via injection?
Okay. Some peptides are orally bioavailable. That means if you take them like as a pill or a capsule, it will process into your system and then you'll get enough of it in your bloodstream. But since peptides nga are so small, a lot of the times they will just get destroyed in your digestive system.
Because of the stomach acid.
And
so
everything else that it has to go through. Some peptides, they're not bioavailable orally, meaning you do have to inject them into your system kasi you cannot take them orally.
So nakita ko sa mga comments ko kasi I said I was taking peptides and it helps really with my skin. The glow up is insane. My baby hairs, can you see? I'm so proud kahit mukha siyang tuchang. And the plumpness of my skin and the glow. They're saying powder ba yan? Because di ba uso yun nga, yung marine collagen. What's the difference between that marine collagen and the peptides that we take via injection?
Collagen, marine collagen, all of those things, think of them like if you're building a building, they're your raw materials. So when you take a lot of like collagen and those things, your body has enough of those materials to fix your skin, fix your hair. But peptides on the other hand, think of them like the foreman of the construction team. You might have all of your materials, but if your body doesn't have the director to tell it where to go, how to use it, then you won't really get to use it properly, no? So actually, very good combination. You want to use the peptide so that your body gets directed to do what it needs to do, but you also want to eat properly, get your nutrition in, use some supplements if you can, to make sure that you have all the materials that you need to rebuild and regenerate.
So Doc, we do peptides. I take my shots. I have many different kinds, but I still take my vitamins.
That's perfect, yeah.
Because I feel like it's the perfect combination with trying to get my sleep. You'll be proud of me. Medyo better na yung sleep.
Let's go.
And with walking and exercise and my balanced meals, like I still don't do sugar, etc.
Yeah.
Just because I'm insulin resistant. But should I still take the powder peptides if I'm already taking peptides?
A lot of people might feel like peptides are like this magic drug na you use them and then it fixes all of your problems. So hindi, no? Unfortunately, we're not yet in that stage of technology where we can just give you one thing and it'll fix all your problems. Like what you said, perfect. Peptides will help a lot, but you need good sleep, good diet, healthy lifestyle, avoid drinking, smoking, all
Lahat
those
ng
things.
nakaka-wrinkles. Sugar, alak, yossi.
Yeah, all of those things. So you want to be able to have like a youthful glow and to live a long, vibrant, happy life. You need a lot of things talaga. You need to work on it, no? The peptides that you take orally, you gotta find out what peptides they are, and then you gotta figure out what they do. So if they supplement the peptides that we inject, then that's great.
Yung powder po na nalalagay sa drinks?
Depends on what those powders do. They're probably really something either for your skin or your stomach, but I don't know if there are any bioavailable peptides that will fix the insulin resistance and all of
so
those
at
things.
Seenergie, Doc, the reason why we always say it's not one size fits all. Can you explain why everything is so personal? At Seenergie, the peptides that we do, we can't just give whatever I'm taking. It doesn't mean that that's what they need, right?
Yeah. A lot of patients come to me and they tell me, Doc, give me what Denise or what Denise has.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
It doesn't work like that, okay? Because Denise and I have been working together for a year and it's very specific concerns. So when I get a patient, first thing I ask them, hey, what are the aspects of your life that you want to have help in? What are the aspects of your life that you want to improve? And then from there, it's really a conversation. I need to get to know my patients to be able to design a very good peptide program for you. You might not necessarily use all the peptides that Denise uses. You might use a
You might not need it.
Yeah.
You might not be as broken as I am. Yes, we have different needs. For me specifically, what we were targeting was my PCOS, my PCOS, my weight gain,
energy
my
levels,
memory gap, my brain fog, my energy levels, insulin resistance, and TMI. But my monthly visitor was too frequent that I was feeling very, very weak already.
Yeah.
Also hair loss, right, Doc? So far so good.
We've been using MOTC. So MOTC is a peptide that is for mitochondrial support, the powerhouse of your cell. No? So MOTC is very important to treat your energy levels and to treat your insulin resistance. CJC and ipamorelin, both of those are helpful to give you adequate amounts of growth hormone, again, for regeneration and repair. Terzepatide, so that is a GLP-1, good for weight loss, also supporting hormonal balance for your PCOS. Recently, we've started epitalon. So epitalon is
my new favorite. Oh my goodness.
The regenerative peptide, the peptide that's best for regenerating and anti-aging. Really excellent for
youth.
sleep.
In a like injection.
Fountain of youth peptide. Yeah.
Love that one.
And then we've been supplementing it with NAD+. So NAD+ is not a peptide, but it works similarly in terms of being able to direct your biological processes.
So NAD matunog talaga yan ngayon, Doc. Started getting popular 3 years ago, right? But then the pandemic happened, so it was kind of overshadowed. And it was really popular in capsule form. It was NMN and NAD. In Hollywood, they started doing drips. And the Kardashians and Hailey Bieber and everybody started vlogging about it. That's how I found out about NAD. Now, they're asking, what is NAD and what does it do? They think kasi immediately pampaganda.
Here's how NAD works. Una, NAD is like a string derived from vitamin B. But it's very, very important in your body's energy creating process. Imagine that your body is like Metro Manila. It's a city. And then you have Meralco, which is in charge of creating all the energy, right? So if you have a power plant powering a city and then it suddenly gets inefficient, so you don't have enough staff, you don't have enough machines.
Hindi ako nagbayad ng Meralco ko.
So imagine if the power plant doesn't supply the city, every other process in that city will get brownouts. Government, schools, highways, everything will start going downhill. So same thing with your body. if your body doesn't have adequate energy, then it'll hit your repair, regeneration, energy levels, immune system.
Brain function.
Yeah, brain function. That's why NAD is so good, because you supply energy to your body to be able to do everything that it needs to do.
Why do they say it's like the youth and beauty thing as well?
I think a big reason why they say that is because a big part of aging is your body becomes inefficient, so you don't have the energy to go around. So as you age, your body has to decide, where do I direct this energy
Saan ko
to?
gagamitin yung energy ko? Pampabeauty ba or to live na
Exactly.
lang?
So it's gonna direct it into the vital systems. But if you have a good amount of it, a healthy amount of it, then you have all the energy to go around. It goes back to
Collagen
keeping you look young.
regeneration,
Exactly.
looking young, energy. What's the difference between being in the pen versus the drip and the capsule?
The science is a lot less confident with regards to the capsules, because once again, probably
Yung digestion.
the digestion of those things, you'll have a little amount of it that actually enters
So,
into your
onti na lang
system.
talaga yung mapupunta sa inyo dahil na-digest nyo na yung capsule bago pa man siya nakagawa ng any effect.
The
So,
drips, on the other hand, they're good. They load you with a lot of the NAD. Kaso lang yung problem dun is, NAD is not like glutathione or stuff like that. You cannot fast drip it. So on average, people have to sit down for 2 to 4 hours to get
depending
that
on
drip.
their tolerance
depending
for
on your tolerance.
the feeling. It's
Yeah.
like not burning but like tingly.
Yeah, but if you drip it also, the usual side effects are like you get palpitations, you get shortness of
Para kang
breath.
nag-cardio.
Yeah, grumble in your tummy, ganon, no? Really, people can't tolerate it very fast on a fast drip. Who has 2 to 4 hours to sit, no? If you
Not
do,
me.
great. It's good that at Seenergie we wanted to give a lot of different options to be more convenient. And actually, internationally, more regular subcutaneous dosing on studies show that you have better NAD levels and more consistent and more balanced NAD levels. So that's actually the way to go. Subcutaneous injections of NAD.
Okay, so another question they asked me, ano ba yan? Injection ba yan? Pampapayat ba yan? Pampaputi ba yan? I know we answered what peptides are, but maybe just for an official answer.
I guess the best way I can answer is, nowadays, where medicine is going is personalized medicine, no? So we're understanding that everybody has very unique bodies, and therefore we have very unique approaches to help you live your best life. Pampapayat ba siya? Some peptides, if you need it, no? Pampaputi ba siya? That's not like the super main goal, no? Pero there are some peptides that are for your skin health, some peptides to make you look younger, no? So it depends on what you need, and it's a personalized approach of medicine.
So they were saying, good genes lang yan. Di ko ma-explain na parang everybody has genes. Like if the genes, the peptides, we already have it in our system. We're just kind of replenishing what we lost. Did I say that correctly?
When people say good genes lang yan, in many ways, I think that's selling themselves short, no? Everybody has potential for beauty. That's the
Period.
best way we
And
can
I want
say
you
it.
all to glow up.
There's a lot of things about life, about stress, about diet, and about vices that prevent you from maximizing what you can actually look like,
Your glow.
no? Yeah, and beauty is equal to health, no? So
Yeah.
peptides are a very good way to be able to help you maximize your potential for beauty.
Yeah, Doc, sabi nila nagpaayos daw ako. Sabi nila daw may mga pinagawa ako and stuff like that. It's literally the same face as before. I just feel like happy system, happy gut, happy health means happy you. Aside from energy of working and lifting and doing things, I feel like even my mood is a little better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
That makes a lot of sense. I think even average people, working people, you can tell the difference about how you look when you have not enough sleep, when you didn't get to eat enough, when you're stressed, diba? We say, mukha kang haggard, and then tatanungin mo next, stressed ka ba? Ganon? Or ano nagpapahaggard sa'yo? So
True.
similar. So if you live a healthy life, you try your best to get all of the sleep, nutrition, and not have a lot of stress, you look glowing, diba?
Doc, I remember you telling me, and this might help some people out there. I remember you telling me there were peptides to even increase your mood, sexual vitality,
Yeah.
if you have anxiety,
Yeah.
to calm you down,
Yeah.
if you want to feel that kind of
Emotional connection?
What do
Okay,
you call
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Can you explain? I remember. Alam ko meron eh.
Okay. Mental health is a very big part of the world now, and as we understand more about how it really comes into play, kasi dati naman, di naman pinapansin yung mental health, di ba? So now, everybody has different stressors. You might not necessarily be depressed. You might not necessarily have a diagnosis. Pero people still need mental health and...
Hormones, right?
Yeah.
If we're not taking care of ourselves, our hormones can switch.
Which affect your mood,
Of your brain function and your mood.
So, for example, we have C-Lang, which is a very good peptide to help with people who are anxious or depressed. We have C-Max, which is peptide that we use for people who lack focus, need help with concentration, or like have a job to do, but then they just can't seem to get into the zone for
Ako
it.
ba yun?
I've used it myself.
Really?
When
Were you super focused?
Yeah, like if I need to do a presentation or if I need to like give a lecture, I use the peptide. It really does help, no? And the good thing about those two peptides is they're just nasal sprays. Spray them. You're good to go, no?
Amazing technology. And then, Doc, again, a niche ground, like your libido and like your sexual drive. I know there's peptides for that.
So we have these two peptides that I like to pair together, especially for couples or people who are having trouble with intimacy, no? So PT141 is an excellent peptide because what it does is it activates the part of your brain that's in charge of libido, so gets people in the mood. The good pair with it is called oxytocin. And then oxytocin is a peptide. And in many ways, it's called the cuddle hormone or the love hormone.
So it's the feeling you get when you're hugging someone?
When you hug somebody or you have
Your
physical
body
touch
chemistry.
or you're just even close or talking to somebody that you're really in love with, or not even in love, but you love, so it could be anything. Oxytocin floods into your system. So sometimes people, they have difficulty creating that in their body, so we want to supplement that, no? So really, like, excellent for couples that have intimacy problems, those two together.
Para sa mga single,
Whether, no? Para sa mga single, it does a lot in terms of saving relationships.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into what TikTok doesn't really allow me to talk about. At the risk of being banned, we're gonna talk about pampapayat. Okay, so what are the peptides for that?
The best weight loss peptides out there are called your GLP-1 peptides, okay? So GLP-1 is a naturally occurring hormone in your body and it's really in charge of a lot of things with metabolism, okay? So how your body processes the energy that you eat and turns it into the energy that you use, no? So as we get older, the GLP-1s in our system really decline, meaning all the stuff that you eat, you don't get
Digest it well?
Not just digest, but utilize it as energy. So what happens when you don't use the energy, you gotta store it some way, and that is your
usually fat.
Yeah. As we get older, really fat retention, it's harder to lose weight as you get older. What we do is we give you GLP-1s again, to give you the hormone so that we can go back and put you into the state you were before you started being deficient in it.
How come I don't look haggard? And I know a lot of people right now talk about Ozempic face and how they're afraid of it.
Weight loss is really something that's like super important for some people, and a lot of people are in a hurry talaga, no?
Yeah, we didn't do anything like intense. We were like gradual.
Any kind of weight loss, any kind of drastic weight loss will make your skin sag because there's a lot of fat padding your cheeks and all of those things.
You don't want to lose your facial fat. Okay na chubby tayo.
So even like crash diets or anything like that, not just Ozempic, anything that makes you lose weight drastically will make your skin sag, no? At Seenergie, the Seenergie doctors, kailangan suabe lang. Kailangan you modulate your weight loss to give you the goals you want to achieve, but also temper it, proper medical advice para your smooth sailing, no problems, no concerns like Ozempic face or anything like
Everything worth it takes time.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, Doc, I think maybe because of the balance of the other things that we're doing as well,
sure.
like epitalin and GHK-CU. And if you guys don't know that, I have another video talking about each and every peptide that there is, that we have at Seenergie. Actually, kulang pa yan. Madami pa.
Dami.
Like, so much more. I'm gonna do another video on that. Another question off the top of my head, Doc, is a lot of people have hair loss problems.
Yeah.
Is there something out there for people that have hair loss problems?
So first thing that we have to establish if we're dealing with hair loss is like what's causing it. So after establishing what causes the hair loss problem, you just pick a peptide that will fix. So if it's PCOS related problem, then you use terzepatide, you can use MOTS-C. If it is a problem related to nutrition, then you, after supplementing the nutrition, you'd want to use like TB500 or thymosin beta 4, GHK HKCU is also pretty helpful, the hair. So you kind of just want to match
What's
which
lacking.
peptide works. Yeah.
So whatever is missing, that's
Yeah.
what we can fill. And Doc, leading to my next question, which is they keep on asking me this. After they do the injections, wala na ba? Like all the progress that we made, will it disappear?
Okay, so the thing with regenerative medicine is when you say regeneration, it means like you're fixing or healing something that was broken. So we've fixed it already. When we take out the peptides, it's been fixed. But you have to take care of it, no? Over time, it's inevitable that things will start getting damaged again. That's why we actually cycle peptides. Most of the time, we do peptide programs like 3 months, and then we can stop. And then if you need it again, we can go back again. So they are cycles. You don't have to be on them forever. But if you need something, then we'll give you a peptide to help you fix the problem.
Which leads me to one of my last few questions. Sorry, Doc.
It's okay.
I'm sinusulit ko na talaga na nandito ka.
Sorry.
For athletes or active people, dancers,
Yeah.
people that have been in car accidents or like any accident out there where your body has been injured, how can peptides play a big part in that?
I have a lot of athlete patients, and one of the best peptide combinations that I use is called the Wolverine stack, because you heal like Wolverine from the X-Men. So it's a combination of BPC 157 and TB 500. Those two peptides together have given me like almost sci-fi results with regards to helping athletes heal injuries. One of my favorite patients, so she's like a 54-year-old lawyer, and she's always been into running. Kaso lang, her body, medyo onting piki siya. So, over the years of running,
na-use up?
yung inside of her knee would always rub against the
other
friction.
bone, yeah.
So that would create like a chronic injury over time. She went to a doctor asking what could be done about it. And then her doctor told her na, you gotta stop running. And then that was when she said, I gotta find another doctor. Yeah.
That must have been heartbreaking because that's her
definitely.
passion, that's her
exactly.
love.
Yeah.
It brings her peace and joy. So what did you do, Doc?
When she came to me, what we did was like, we have these excellent peptides nga that's good for regenerating bone, tendon, and ligament injuries, which is the BPC 157 and TB 500 or the Wolverine stack. And then we just put her on the regular protocol and excellent results. Yeah, she's running. She flew to the Boston Marathon.
It regenerated the what's in between the knees?
Yeah, yung napudpud na grew back. That's basically
and that's for life. Na she just has to take care of it, of course.
Until mapudpud ulit.
Attorney, wag naman. Sana. Alagaan na natin yung stance natin.
So she does a great job. Super proud of her. And it goes to show na no matter what your age, diba?
What about
Stay
yung
strong.
mga, Doc, yung mga slip disc, spine stuff? Will that help as well?
I got a lot of athlete patients, and with athletes, you really do collect a lot of injuries. No, it just comes with a high intensity lifestyle, and a big part of that is uncontrolled inflammation. When you have too much inflammation, it gets in the way of actual healing. So we have excellent peptides nga like BPC 157, which controls inflammation and also promotes the regeneration and repair. And then TB 500 or thymosin beta 4, its job is to recruit all those healing and growth factors. And those two together really just give us excellent results and make our athletes stronger and perform at their peak. Peak levels.
No matter how old you are.
It's a good way to counteract aging.
How old would the youngest patient be for peptide?
Medyo mahirap to be able to...
It's case to case?
Yeah, there's a lot of peptides that are still being studied in terms of being able to use them for adolescents or people younger than 18.
Because they also have a lot of HGH. I mean, human growth hormones.
There's a
still,
different... It's always more difficult to do medical stuff for younger people because it's an entirely different field, no? So my cutoff is 18 years old, no? Para legal adult ka na, and then we can just see what peptides works best for you.
Now, I know you also deal with menopause.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hormone imbalance there, transitioning. And then also for men, as they age, their hormones also change.
Yeah.
I know you guys also have stuff for that as well.
When you say hormones like testosterone and estradiol, those terms are usually not communicated very well to the lay population. They think it's all just related to sex and to being male. It's the male hormone,
But we
estrogen.
have both in each body, right?
Yeah, and what we're understanding is they're not just sex hormones. In many ways, we like to consider them like life hormones because every single cell in your body has receptors for testosterone and estrogen. And as people lose hormones when they age, so women, we know we talk about menopause. Men actually lose testosterone earlier. So 30 years old pa lang, they
Oh, for
already,
real?
yeah. 30 years old, on average, is about a 1% decrease in testosterone every year. But yeah, since guys are not trained to be able to seek healthcare, you just gotta tough it out, titiisin mo lang, no?
And you need testosterone
Yeah.
for men. You guys need testosterone for everything, right? For muscle building,
Yeah.
for brain function,
Yeah.
energy.
So, signs of testosterone deficiency are brain fog, lower immunity, increase in fat storage, decrease in muscle mass, no? So, all the...
So kahit anong workout nila, doc,
Yeah,
they'll have a hard time
exactly.
getting muscular.
It's not just for the sex stuff, it's for all around lifestyle. So it's very intertwined with your overall health as a man, and estrogen is very intertwined with your overall health as a woman.
And like sometimes when you have PCOS like me,
Imbalance
those
siya.
imbalances happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes mataas yung testosterone mo. That's why people get male pattern baldness
Yeah.
or hair.
Yeah.
Or weight gain, or your skin acne, and then sometimes sobrang taas naman ng estrogen mo, and that's like
It
another.
also creates its own series of problems, no?
Yeah.
So balance is the key.
So
Balance
for
is
guys,
normal.
I know you have like cool options. It's like
Yeah.
easy, right?
Yeah.
Easier for testosterone. You guys have like gels.
Yeah, a lot of the time as a doctor, I like to use the IM injectable testosterone because it's easier for me to manage. But some people have needle problems. They're scared of needles. So there are actually topical options for the both hormones out there. So
Oh,
they're
for
just
women
like
also?
Yeah, just
What?
lotions. Yeah, pwede na yan.
Technology, which
Yeah.
is a wild. In the comment section, there were a couple of people fighting about marine collagen and
Yeah.
how this is just that.
Very different. Ano ba ang marine collagen if you guys want to know what it is? It's called marine collagen because it's a collagen derived from marine animals like fish scale, bones, ganun, no? And when you intake that, it gets processed into hydrolyzed collagen or collagen peptides. So it'll just turn into that, and collagen peptides are just small versions of collagen that you can absorb and you can use, no? So that's basically the main difference. But Seenergie, we have a sterile lab where we tailor make the peptides for you.
For
we
you.
tailor make your medication.
So nobody else is gonna have your mix
Yeah,
or
that's
your
yours.
that's
Yeah.
as in para
Yeah.
sa'yo lang yan.
That's
why
your dose.
you know
Yeah.
you guys need to meet
Yeah.
with Seenergie. You guys need to get consultation, get some blood work, etc. Para perfect for you. Another comment was like Botox lang yan.
So Botox is like an entirely different field of medicine, no? So it is actually a toxin that paralyzes
Your
muscles, no? So it has nothing to do with peptides. Sure, it is an excellent way to make people like lose wrinkles and ganon, no? But super different fields of medicine. It's used for aesthetics, yeah.
So what we're doing is like internal
We're fixing problems at the cellular level on your cells mismo.
and then everything else trickles in
Yeah.
from there. So happy cells, happy glowing you. They keep saying sobrang mahal yan, sobrang mahal. Hindi ko yan afford ko na lang vitamins.
We like giving people options. So sure, some of our peptides are a little bit pricey, but some of our peptides aren't that pricey. You know, the same amount you spend on drips or
Beauty.
supplements
Yeah.
or stuff like that.
Start from inside na
Yeah,
lang.
it's around the same price, no? So I guess just decide which approach works best for you, and if you feel like peptides and regenerative medicine is something you want to give a shot, then give us a call.
Yeah, I mean, it never hurts to ask. One last question. How is peptides a part of your life?
I like using growth hormone peptides, CJC, Ipamorelin, because it helps with my workouts.
Oh yeah, he's super ripped. Oh my goodness, abs for
Di
days.
naman.
Di naman.
Di
Saan yung
naman.
CR?
So that's one of my favorite ones.
Follow his
Yeah.
Instagram account.
I like also using 5-amino M1Q. Also helps with kind of an NAD derivative, or like you go a few steps back on the NAD pathway in your body. So those are the current ones I'm on. I've used BPC 157 and TB 500 when I had injuries, pero wala naman ako ngayon. So, yeah.
Epitalon, have you ever tried that?
I definitely used Epitalon before. I can only use Epitalon kasi every 6 months. So I can't wait until
The
pwede ko na
next
siya gamitin
one.
na lahat.
How did you feel? I feel great
Yeah.
with the
I feel
Epitalon.
great. My sleep has never been
But
better.
it's like, kahit maikli yung sleep ko, malalim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's everything that I can remember, Doc. Thank you so much. If I forgot anything, I'm gonna have him back. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Hey, no problem.
Anything you wanna tell everybody out there that's curious about taking care of themselves?
I guess what I want to let everybody know out there is that science is growing super fast. The things we can do nowadays are things we couldn't do like 5-10 years ago. So know what you want, how you want to live your best life, and then talk to a regenerative medicine doctor so we can help you get on that track.
Thank you, Doc. And again, all his socials, I'm gonna put it down there, Seenergie as well, how to contact them. And for me, instead of spending so much on maybe aesthetic things, you can start at the root and regenerate that, and then work
The
your
aesthetic
way.
will follow.
It'll follow on its own. So that's why I choose peptides. And that's it for today's peptide video. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.